Greetings. As our nation awaits the United States Supreme Court's decision in the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization case, which could ultimately lead to the court overturning Roe v. Wade, now more than ever, those of us committed to ending the scourge of abortion must be willing to increase our efforts to ensure all moms and their children, born and unborn, know they have access to the resources necessary to live a flourishing life. For our part in New Jersey, the Catholic Church has reaffirmed our commitment to be a steadfast advocate for life. Whether it is advocating for pro-life legislation or providing life-affirming social services and healthcare, the Catholic Church stands ready to assist every mom. To increase awareness of these efforts, the New Jersey Catholic Conference is producing a series of videos that will focus on individuals who work to serve moms and their children, especially those in need. Additionally, these individuals will provide tips and suggestions on how others can get involved in these efforts in their own communities. For our first video, we're talking to an amazing pro-life advocate, Cheryl Riley, Director of the Mercy House and Respect Life Office in the Archdiocese of Newark. Cheryl will share with us her story of how she became involved in pro-life work, what event inspired her to start the Mercy House, and she will offer practical tips on what we can do today to help moms in need. Cheryl, there's been a lot going on the abortion front, both here in New Jersey and nationally. So we thought this would be a good time to hear from you about some of the services that are offered through Mercy House and in other places throughout the state, which you may have some knowledge and information of. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But before we do, maybe you could just provide us with some background on Mercy House and how you got involved in Mercy House and in the Archdiocese of Newark as Respect Life Director.
In 1997, I myself made a retreat, Rachel's Vineyard. It was the first Rachel's Vineyard retreat offered in the Archdiocese of Newark for post-abortion healing. It had been 12 years since my own abortion. And I went on the retreat and I was just amazed at the healing that I received after suffering for 12 years. Not that I wasn't looking for help, I just didn't have the right help until I made the retreat. When you have that abortion, you think that that's going to be a quick fix, that your life is going to go back to normal.
Yeah,
it's a trauma, and you can't just go back to being normal if you've gone through this trauma. And it was from there that I just started volunteering and getting involved more in the pro-life movement. And then from there, I just worked, got back into working. And eventually in 2013, I started working for the Archdiocese in the Respect Life office. So it was in that role that I realized that, maybe there's more we could do for these women when they're faced with this unexpected pregnancy, which came about the Mercy House. I can't take full credit. My assistant at the time, Patricia Decker, and I, we came up with this. We just got in the car. We went out and looked at places, and that's how Mercy House came about. It was from the Year of Mercy. Pope Francis asked, every diocese leaves something tangible. So we listened and we came up with the Mercy House. Never in a million years thought that it would. We had one vision for it and God had another vision, and here we are today. We just had a family come into the Mercy House from Cuba. And the first thing they said to us was they made it here, and they said that in Cuba, they were told, when you get to the United States, go to the Catholic Church, they'll help you.
Wow. Yeah.
That just warms my heart, because they came here. They took them 5 months, this horrific journey. And the first thing they did was they got to Mercy House.
A number of years ago, you had the opportunity to go to Rome with some lifelong friends of yours.
Friends.
And you were at Vatican City for papal audience, and you had the opportunity to actually meet the Pope. Can you talk a little bit about what that meant to you?
Without crying, because it was the most unbelievable experience. You know, we went with, I went with my childhood friends. We took Father Jason, who's Cardinal Tobin's secretary, with us. We brought him along with us. So here he is with 4 Staten Island girls in Rome. And he's like, I can't promise. I don't know if you're going to meet, And sure enough, I met the Pope. But what I was able to tell him was about Mercy House.
Yep.
And I said, and there's pictures of me handing him, you know, the flyer and everything. And I said to him, see, I listened to you. You said, leave something for the Year of Mercy. And we listened. And I was called a Pope hog because he spent so much time talking to me. But what was I going to say? Oh, I can't talk to you. So it was very great. We gave him a zucchetta. And when he got to my girlfriend, she actually hugged him. And he just spent, you know, what can you say? It was just like an amazing experience. You know, when you spoke to him, you want to work hard. You want to work hard because he was so, you know, kind and passionate, and he spoke to me, and Father Jason told him about, you know, the work I do, and it was just great. It was just like unbelievable.
So Cheryl, before we conclude today, maybe you could just talk a little bit about how people can get involved with Mercy House, either volunteering their time or donations. I'm sure you can use the help.
Definitely. So if someone would like to get involved, they could reach out to me. We're always looking for donations. We do have a Mercy House bus that we do pick up donations if they're close enough, and it's things that we can use. But we definitely can use volunteers, and they could just reach out. If someone, you know, I tell people, clean out your pantry. I'm sure you have food in there you don't need, or toiletries, or baby items, and then they just have to reach out to us and we take it from there. I would ask them if I would be able to share my own personal experience of my abortion. And I really think that that's when we go out, and it's not easy. Nobody wants to oh, I'm out there, you know, I had my abortion, here's what happened. It's hard. But if they could talk to someone that went through it and know that it's not an easy fix, it's going to affect you the rest of your life. And, you know, we're here to help you. I mean, there are still people in the Archdiocese of Newark that don't know Mercy House. And everyone should know it. It's like, to me, it's like if someone is in that situation, you send them to Mercy House. You know, I always say to them, don't let your fear be greater than your faith, because when you choose life, God's going to take care of you.